Wait a minute. Hold on.
Welcome to the Defenders of Finance show. You got Big Tex on the line and the home loan coach. We this is our first episode live on Facebook. We want to welcome all your listeners and hope that you can get some financial literacy from us today. We have some praise announcements today with a couple of mutual clients, and Big Tex wants to talk about the state of the economy. You know, we're in a war right now, and there's going to be some financial implications there. So, again, welcome to the Defenders of Finance show. Big Tex, what you got for the people?
Hey, that's right. That's right. Welcome to the Defenders of Finance show, our first official episode, March the 9th, 2022. We already, Coach, can you believe it, man? We are just about that halfway mark through the first quarter. So I operate, and as you know, I operate in the 12-week year. So my 1 year is almost up. And what has gone on through the market? Today showed some type of positive in the market, but the market has been negative all year long. So for those that are investing in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, crypto had a little turn today, but anyone that's in a traditional retirement account or investing, unless you know how to play the market, because you can make money on the market going down, that's options, puts, and calls. But for those, the average American family, they are taking losses in their traditional retirement account. So, and the reason being is for the war. So now with Putin, now he's doing his thing. He's being an oligarch. He is squeezing out every much, hey, coach, you being a little baby. Man, it's my toy. I want it, So now the more, as they take more, if they're looking to take another 1 million barrels of oil off the table, anytime they do that, gas prices shoot up. So already here in Vegas, it's over $5. I just filled up my wife's car the other day, and she drives a Hyundai Genesis. It was $95 to fill up that car when it's normally around about 50. So
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I feel for my California folks. If it's 95 here, I really feel for the California people.
Exactly. So now so the cost of inflation, as this oil is going up, oil is on a all-time high. It's been a while since oil has been at where so it's going up. So as all these prices increase, inflation goes up. So now it hits us in the pocket. So the normal family that goes $200 worth of groceries is not the same anymore. So now you got to be very careful of what it is that you do. So now, what do we do to combat that, Coach? We need to start going cash heavy. We got to start going cash heavy. For those that have lots of cash in your retirement accounts, you need to contact them and let them know that you want to go dormant, or you want to go into some treasuries or some bonds, but you want to go real low and conservative because you don't know how to play the market. And again, Coach, like you said, man, just talking with your wife earlier, hey, the smart play is to get cash heavy and then strike it just like a cobra when things are pennies on the dollar. When they do turn around, strike it when pennies on the dollar, that you can be able to pick up a house that was normally $200,000. Now you pick it up for $120,000, or a car that was normally $20,000. Now it's going for $12,000. Certain things like that are going to be happening. So we have to be careful also too. The banks are, and it is so true. And big shout out to Cassandra Smith for educating us. If you are going to the bank and you have 6 figures in the bank and you are trying to get your money out, be on the lookout, because you may not get all your money out. And there's a reason behind that, especially if everybody goes to run into the bank to take all their money out. So be on the lookout. Now, enough of that news. We do have some praise reports. So big shout out, Coach and I, we helped out a family out of Florida. And first things first, shout out to Honey Bear, because the family 6 months ago was in the mid 500s FICO score. And Coach, what was their score when y'all pulled them before y'all did the cash out refinance?
They're looking at mid 700s. So that's a big shout out to Honey Bear. She brought them 200 points.
200 points. So they were 6 months ago in the mid sub 500s. And I remember the wife, when she pulled her score, she said she was in the low 8s. So I'm like, wait a minute. So you were 560 just a couple of months ago. So big shout out to Honey Bear. And they took advantage of what Coach and I have been saying. He drew up the play. Look, let's look at doing a cash out refinance, because last night after speaking with them, Coach, they said, man, they just realized it just hit them last night. Man, do you realize in the next couple of days, we won't have any bill except for our mortgage payment? And they're going to be putting all that money, at least $2,000 a month, if not more, back into their pocket. Coach, do you remember how much their mortgage payment went up?
Mortgage payment went up. I believe it was about $200 a month.
So ladies and
$200 a month.
Hear this now. This family of four did a cash out refinance. Their monthly expenses outside the mortgage, $2,000 a month. Coach was able to get them cash out refinance, and the mortgage payment went up $200, but they're putting $1,800 a month back in their pocket.
$1,800 a month.
That's
a game changer right now. So everybody out there listening, we're trying to bring that financial heat to the street. And a lot of people are hesitant to listen to the financial planning that we put forth. That's why we're bringing you this praise report. As Big Tech stated, they just realized that last night. The loan actually funded 2 days ago. So it finally hit them that in the next 2 days, they won't have any debt except for their mortgage. And their payment went up a couple $100. A lot of people are scared of that. But look at what it does. It freed up $1,800 of monthly cash flow that they can invest into a safe vehicle. If you want to do a consultation, you can go to defendersoffinanceshow.com and set up an appointment. And Big Techs can draw up that play for you to get your money into a vehicle where you have where you can't lose, you can only gain. But now that's what they're doing. And if they need to, if the grocery bill went up, well, we know the grocery bill is going up. We know that the cost of living is going up. Gas, everybody knows it. They're not strapped. They're not scared of it, because if they need to take an extra $300 and put it towards everyday bills, they still putting away $1,500 a month.
Right.
You guys get the concept. We're not going to tell you how to spend your money and how to live your life, but they just became financially free because they listened to the defenders of finance.
Right. And I mean, think about it. Like he said, even if the grocery bill did go up, they're still in the position that they are winning, just because of the fact that he drew up a real estate play, I drew up a financial play, and now they're in a position to where, I mean, like I said, he's like, man, we were talking last night and we cannot believe that we're not going to have a credit card payment, student loan payment, car payment. Nothing. All we have is on the first of every month, we just got to cut the mortgage check. And then we've drawn up a play for, even with the mortgage check, I mean, for the mortgage, we've drawn up a play for this young couple in 6 years and 9 months. As long as they stick to the plan, the mortgage will be paid off by creating their own bank. So
all right, wait, hold on. Time out, Big Tex. Time out. I'm gonna go ahead as the coach. I'm gonna go ahead and allow the penalty right now. You ever seen that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty?
Oh yeah.
When the guy scores a touchdown, like Terrell Owens back in the day scored a touchdown and start clowning. Okay, so what just happened was this family just realized that through a cash out refinance, they only have to cut a check to the mortgage company. They just scored a touchdown, and right. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll take that 15-yard penalty. They got unsportsmanlike. They can clown on the field because they just put themselves in a much better financial situation. And yeah, nobody wants to pay $5 a gallon at the pump, $6, $7 a gallon, but they can do it now, and they don't have to worry about it. Right. And we can do that for you as well.
And hey, ladies and gentlemen, look, $21,000 a year back into their pocket. So who cares if they're paying $5 at the pump? They are in a position to do so. They are in a position to do so. And one thing they shout out to my mentor, Anthony Bolden, something that he said to me that was very crucial, Coach. He said, look, he said, you do not have permission to invest your money until you are in position to where your family household income is in a position where if your investments collapse, you're still good to go. Now that you have put them in a position to where their family household, they're good to go. So anything that they invest in, they collapse, they still good to go, Coach, because $21,000 a year, that's a part-time job that they have now come in, that they don't have to physically jump in their car, go to the job and work and make $10, $12, $15 an hour. They don't even have to do that. Now they are making $21,000 a year while they sleep. That is the plan that we drew up. And that's why we continue to keep winning as the coach and as the financial defender. I mean, think about it, ladies and gentlemen. So right now, if you're in the same position, you have consumer debt. We're talking about student loans, vehicles, small loan, payday loans, credit cards, especially, and you have equity in your home. Now, look, we can't predict exactly what's going to happen with the market, but I want you to act as if. You need to contact the coach, 702-751-5865. Again, that number is 702-751-5865, or go to defendersoffinanceshow.com. Again, our website is defendersoffinanceshow.com. Look, this is the first episode. We're going to put this information out there. And look, the power of this information is what you do with it. If you don't implement it, look, the wealth gap will continue to keep getting bigger if they don't implement, Coach. Don't you think so?
I agree 100%. I always say, that saying goes, you got 5 frogs on the log and one decided to jump off. How many frogs are still left on the log? Well, the answer to that question is 5, because one decided to jump off. He didn't jump off. Get in the game. Get in the game. Dial the number. Big Tex just gave you the number. Go to the website. It's a no cost, no obligation consultation with me to talk about a cash out refinance. You may not need a cash out refinance. You may just want to lower your rate.
Right.
You may want to purchase property to start creating generational wealth. You may want to purchase investment property if you already have a primary residence. The stats state that the average American gained about 22% in equity over the 12 months. So a lot of people are equity heavy, and you can put that equity to work for you. There may be a business that you want to start that can change you and your family's future, your children's future. You may want to invest in a franchise or start up a startup business. You may want to pull out and start investing in real estate, flipping homes, purchasing homes for cash flow. I call it making money while you sleep.
That's right.
Cash flow. You can purchase units, and you have a property manager. The check just comes in every month. You don't have to take the maintenance calls. I mean, there's so many ways that you can use that equity to help you put yourself in a better financial situation. And then you got the financial defender. You got Big Tex that can show you how to eliminate that debt on average less than 10 years. The family that we're doing the praise report on today, 6 years. They took the cash out refinance. They eliminated all their consumer student loan debt. And now they have a game plan that in 6 years, their mortgage is paid off. That's
right. And Coach, and then we didn't mention the fact that their both credit scores are going to be in the 800s. Both of them are going to be in the 800. That's going to be extremely powerful as it pertains to their buying power, their leverage. And then here's another thing. One thing that the husband mentioned, hey, you know what? Our daughter's going to be going off to college real soon. Maybe we now position ourselves to look at a condo or townhouse for her because we can now afford it. We can, you know what? So if we do pick up another property, that's an investment property or a property for her, and if the mortgage is $1,300 a month, we can still afford it. We're still putting
that's a 50-yard bomb right there. That's a 50-yard bomb right there. Right. You just said a mouthful right there. Let's let the people know what you just said. First of all, You said pick up another piece of property. So now you got another piece of property that's appreciating in equity. Let's not miss that.
Right.
You put your child that's going to college. How many? I don't. I got kids that went to college, and the dorm room is expensive, and every
Yes, it
break
is.
they got to move out. They got to move out and come back home, and then move the stuff back there because you can't stay in the dorm over the holiday break or the summer break. That's worth about 15 yards right there.
Yep, that it
The
is.
equity that you gain, and that's 25 yards. And then what about the cash flow? Because you buy a condo, 2-3 bedroom condo. I mean, the child only needs to stay in one room.
You know
They
you're
can
gonna
rent
put
out the
you
other
know she
couple of
gonna put a
rooms
couple
and
of
get
her
some more
friends
cash
in
flow.
there.
Get some more cash flow. We didn't bring the ref didn't get down the field yet. I said 50 yard. That's about a 60-yard bomb right there. We just put the goal
Hey,
markers in
hey,
place.
hey, that's what Russell Wilson gonna be doing with my Broncos this year, throwing them 50 and 60-yard bombs. So, you ladies and gentlemen, you got to think about that. Now that he's now that they have $1,800 a month coming in. So now let's just say they go pick up another property. And like he said, because some of those dorms, they want you out of those dorms during the holiday season, the summertime. So instead of your daughter or son coming home, now you're teaching them independence. You got your own property, stay there, go find a little part-time job. So now they're learning independence now. They're not coming back home and doing stuff with the old friends. They're away at college. They got their condo or their townhouse. They're learning a little bit of independence. And who knows, you may end up giving it to them or gifting it to them because they become so responsible. But again, now it's cash flowing with the equity, and this cash flowing because you're making money off the equity. And then you got two other tenants that's in there that their parents are probably paying the mortgage. So if you're charging $650 a piece, there goes $1,300. Now your daughter is living rent free and your mortgage is covered. So there's so many ways to play this game called money. Look, and here's the great thing about it, Coach. You got two of the industries in there where wealth is built. You got wealth is built through real estate and wealth is built through life insurance. So if you don't know the crypto game, if you don't know the stock game, everybody knows the real estate game. Somebody has heard about insurance. So why don't you start with the basics of building your empire? Start with the basics. And then once you have gotten stable within the basics of our two prospective industries, now you can venture off and do other things. Because now, you know what? I just bought my first house. And within 2 years, I'll have enough equity to put down payment on a second house because all my debt is eliminated. So now, debt ratio wise, I'm good to go. My insurance is in place because if something happens to me, it can pay off both properties. But also, I have a security blanket to where eventually it's going to be able to pay off both properties as I'm living. So you got so many things right there that need to take advantage of that. Look, right now, the way things are going, you got to be real smart about your money. And so, look, you got to be looking for first down. Every time you get the ball, most people are looking for first down or touchdown. Don't be looking for the 2 and 3 yard gains. We're going first down or touchdown. And so you need to contact us 702-751-5865. Again, that number is 702-751-5865, or they can go to our website, defendersoffinanceshow.com. Leave us your name, your number, your email address. Someone is going to get back to you ASAP. So if you're at work right now and you're listening, you're tuning in on Facebook Live, go to defendersoffinanceshow.com. Contact us. Coach will get back to you. I will get back to you. We got Cassandra. We got agents placed everywhere. Our job is to help you out. Is to help you out and let you see the light. I mean, because look, man, Coach, we having fun now. We having fun. The weather's about to shift, and people now need to taking advantage of this real estate game. They need to start taking advantage of the insurance business. It is a huge thing right now. And look, bring your children in. Start showing your children start educating your kids about real estate. If again, not everybody can do the cryptocurrency, Coach. Not everybody can do trading. But they all looks like. They know, hey, equity. They know all that. So why not contact the coach? Let's get started.
Let's get started. Get in the game. Like I said, again, it's no cost, no obligation to have a consultation to see how you can get that first property. There's down payment assistance programs out there. If you're thinking that hey, I don't have any money for my down payment, well, let's talk about it. There may be a program out there for you. You know, everybody thinks you need to have a 720 credit score. Not true. I mean, you can purchase a house down to a 580 credit score. So a lot of people think that they have bad credit. Let's run it. Let's find out. When you look at your credit on Credit Karma or through Credit Sesame, these apps is not what we pull in the mortgage world.
Right.
Let let the loan officer take a look at it and then give you some pointers. If you need some quick pointers on how to raise your score, we can give you some quick tips and pointers. If you need to get credit repair, we got Honey Bear that can get you taken care of. You can be like the family we're giving the praise report now that went from mid fives up to close to 800. We can give you the play if you give us the call or set the appointment. Call us or set the appointment. Let's figure it out. Let's figure out a game plan to get you in there. There's other strategies where you can purchase up to 4 units. If your
Right.
income is kind of low, purchase a 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit, where we get to use the income from the units that you don't live in to help you qualify to purchase. Get in the game any way you can, any way you can. And you won't know until you make the phone call, make the commitment to just, get a consultation. It's free.
Right. And another thing too, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to be doing, if you are local here and then also do it live, we're putting together a symposium to where you can come into the office, break bread with us, have some snacks, some coffee, but allow us to take a look at your credit. Allow us to do a financial needs analysis for you. It's not going to cost you anything but gas to drive up here. And we'll let you know in the future when that's going to happen. We're going to have some food, some snacks, and we're just going to have a good time. And we're going to be able to sit there and we're going to be able to put a plan for you right away on the spot. So therefore, you'll know exactly when you leave, you're going to feel like I've accomplished something. Okay, I do have a 550 FICO score, but I do have a plan. Today is Saturday. When I get home on Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to be ready to get into the credit restoration business so I can get my credit restored. Okay. Now it's the end of this month. You know what? By next month, I'm ready. I'm going to have enough money for my down payment to get pre-qualified to purchase a home. Then I'm going to sit down with Tex and get my estate planning done, my will and trust, or get my finances done, etc. We're going to put all that together for you because our job is we want you to win. And so many people out there are winning. And I'm look, Coach, man, I'm so tired of hearing about the wealth gap, the wealth gap, the wealth gap.
Mm.
Wealth gap can be closed, but the reason why the wealth gap isn't closing is because those aren't implemented. If you just sit down with the people that don't implement, they could have closed the wealth gap so fast because those that are afraid to look at their credit, they're the ones that got they have the 680 FICO scores, the 660s, the 700 FICO scores, and they're afraid to pull it. Prime example, just had someone, what's today, Wednesday, Monday. Oh, I haven't looked at my score in 3 years. It's not good enough. Well, I said, go creditchecktotal.com. Pulled her score. She's already known, she already knows her credit is bad. She pulled her score. She was 670s across the board.
Mm.
Didn't even know it.
Didn't know it, huh?
670s across the board. And she's like, well, I've been paying my 2 credit cards on time. Okay, so what made you think that you had 500s then? You don't have anything in collection, but she just assumed. So I had to force her to pull her credit, and she was 670s across the board. Now, granted, ladies and gentlemen, I did use a third-party website, creditchecktotal.com. So she was 671, 676, 679. So if Coach pulls it, it may be a 689 or 669. The one thing I like about Credit Check Total, they're plus or minus about 10 points, no more than 15. So at least we know she's still in the 660s, or she may be in the high 680s or low 690s.
And that doesn't matter. Like I said, programs we got programs down to 5. It doesn't matter. But you're absolutely right, Big Tex. I run across that all the time, so I want to expound on this a little bit. People are deathly afraid to run their credit. It goes back to the analogy of the frogs that are on the log. If you're going to decide to implement the plan of the action, you got to run your credit,
Right.
and it's not going to drop your score as if you've been told. If you're irresponsible, if you've applied for 6 credit cards, went out and applied at 5 dealerships, and went to the furniture store, yes, is going to drop your score. But if you are acting responsibly and you're ready to buy a house, my question is, do you want to buy a house? Yes. Okay. Then you have to have your credit ran.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Period. You have to. So don't be scared. Jump off the log and let's get started. Get in the game, and then you get a game plan, because it's very hard to give you a game plan unless we can see the full picture.
Right.
And when we run credit as a loan officer, we have tools. We can do a what if simulator. So, okay, so what if this is paid off? What would the score look like?
Nice.
If we eliminate this collection, where would the score go? We can put together a solid plan. We're not guessing at this point. We're really, really coming up with a solid plan to help you get to where you need to be to realize your real estate goals, whether it be, like I said, in cash out refinance, lowering your interest rate, buying a rental property, getting that kid a place to stay for college. You got to decide to do it. So keep in mind, if you have been acting responsibly, it shouldn't be a problem to have your credit ran. You just need to decide you're ready to do it.
Right. And look, it's all about implementation. Just like Coach said, it's all about implementation. So you have to do it. You can't decide. You have to actually go out there and do it. And here's another thing too, as well. Again, you are setting the example for your children too, as well. They want to see, hey, if mom and dad keeps hesitating, then maybe I should hesitate. That you don't want to do. And look, it's free consultation. It's not costing you anything to contact us. 702-751-5865, 702-751-5865. Free consultation. Free consultation to say, hey, you know what? You're not ready right now, but in 6 months or 3 months, if you follow this plan that we put together, you are ready. Or in 2 months, if you follow this plan, you are ready. Or you're ready now. So, and then we have quick tips on how to raise your score right away. So, for example, one of the quickest tips is, everyone knows if your debt ratio is over 30% on the revolving, just get it down to 30%. Don't focus on paying it off just yet. Just get it to 30%. And then we'll put a plan to pay it off. The second one I use all the time is telling people to get their old addresses removed. 25 to 30 points right there off the bat. Those are simple things that you can do right away to get those scores moving in the right direction. And then we make a plan to where if the rainy day comes about, you're not going to be affected. So therefore your score don't be affected. And when you do apply for a home, ladies and gentlemen, and you are pre-approved, don't go get the $1,500 a month car note or the $800 a month car. Don't apply for anything until coach says, here's your keys, or the realtor say, here's your keys. Once you get those keys, the wire is sent, you are funded. Then if you want to go apply for XYZ, you can. But once you step into that house, you're probably going to be like, you know what? I have my house. Do I really need to go buy this new $50,000, $60,000 car? Wait and allow the equity to purchase that car for you if need be. So sit tight and wait and allow the equity. Look, it's time to OPM, other people's money. Start allowing that equity to work for you so it can pay for that car versus you coming out of pocket and paying for that car. 702-751-5865, 702-751-5865, or go to defendersoffinanceshow.com. Again, send in your name, your email address, your phone number so someone can get back to you. Also mention what it is that you need to talk about or you need to discuss. And that's defendersoffinanceshow.com. We're coming down to the last 30 seconds of our show. Coach, you got anything for the people before we go?
I just want to thank the people for listening. We have committed to bringing you some information every week. We'll be back next Wednesday. Look for us. We'll have this going live next Wednesday. And I want to wish everybody a great week. Enjoy your week. It was nice talking to you, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely. We'll be seeing, the Defenders of Finance show will be coming to you every week, bringing some powerful information. So I trust that you guys gained something from it. Please like, share, comment. Let us know what you want to hear next time so we can put that in the topic. Y'all have a great week.